Houston, you have a problem. Oh my goodness, a beatdown in H-Town tonight. What's up, guys? It is Frankie here. We are live coming at you right after Game 2 of the 2019 World Series between the Nationals and the Astros, and this is stunning. I'm in awe of right now of what we're seeing here. This I told you guys going into the series that I thought something crazy could happen here with the Nationals because they are on this magic carpet ride, and you never know, especially when a team is on this carpet ride. Before we've seen it with like the 2003 Marlins, 2011 Cardinals. When that team is just when everything's going right, when you're the underdog and everything's going in your favor, you never know what's going to happen. I never ever could have expected this. This is remarkable. What the Nationals have pulled off here is stunning. They took the best team in baseball pretty much all year, the Houston Astros. They've come into their building 2 straight games, and they've not only beat them, they have utterly destroyed them. It is remarkable to me that this is where we are right now, that we are at a position. It's only 2 games. I know, and as John Smoltz pointed out tonight, he was in that same situation in '96 where Atlanta went into New York. They beat the Yankees in their first 2 games. They're thinking, all right, we're going to win the series. New York comes back to Atlanta, and they win the next 3 in Atlanta, and then they go back to New York, and they win the whole darn thing. So we've seen this happen before, but this is stunning to me. I have slowly in this series, plus got some help from the umpires. That happens. Yeah, I mean, people were talking about that on Twitter. The strike zone was a little bit different. It happens. I mean, I can't really. Yes, it's frustrating, upsetting, but like I'm not gonna scream my heads about umpires. It happens all the time in baseball in the strike zone. Until we get like actual robots as umpires, all this stuff is gonna continue to happen. So this was just stunning tonight. I want to pull up. Let's see if we can pull up here the highlights and see what happened here in this game, because there's a lot to break down in this game. Obviously, the big thing coming in was, this was going to be the duel between Strasburg and Verlander, and it wasn't really in the first inning. In the first inning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess this is just going to be a beatdown. You start off with Rendon hitting that RBI double in the first inning. It's 2-0. They get to Verlander early. I think Verlander draws a walk in his first at bat. And you're like, all right, here we go. Washington. They're starting off hot again. I'm just sitting there going, I can't believe this is happening again. And then the Altuve steal, by the way, in the first inning, no one's really going to bring that up. I feel like that was a monumental play, because I believe the next play after that was a single. After the Altuve, when he tries to steal third and gets caught, if that's a single and he's able to run around as fast as I think he goes, then it's probably after the Bregman home run. It's probably 3-2 Houston. So that was a monumental mistake there for Bregman, and it cost them a lot. They're going forward. All right, and Astros will bounce back. I think. Now I don't know. And we'll get to this. Then you have the Bregman home run, which was so good to see after the terrible series that he's had so far. After how rough this has been for him, to see him, to get back and hit that huge monumental home run. The building's going crazy. He knows it right away, and he just drops the bat, walks off. It was brilliant. And now it's 2-2, and you're like, all right. Now throw the book out the window, because now we don't know. Now these 2 great pitchers have been lit up for 4 innings, for 4 runs combined here in the first inning. Who knows what's going to happen? And then the game goes on, and Scherzer and Strasburg and Verlander start to calm down, and they're pretty good after that. Second inning, there's a strikeout. Verlander breaks the record for postseason strikeouts. Then again, it keeps going in the second inning, third inning, and in the third inning, Strasburg, the Astros had a runner on third and first. Bregman lined out to the shortstop, over to second base for the out. And then we keep going. Fourth inning, we have Verlander throwing at his leg, which was bizarre, but whatever. One of the stranger plays you'll see. Falling down. I mean, I admired him trying, but that was rough to see. And then and then they get out of the inning again and again and again. We had Trey Turner make a great play there in the bottom of the 5th to stop Springer from getting a hit. Get to the 6th, no problem. And then the bottom of the 6th, I thought this was huge. Strasburg is pushing 113 pitches. He's at 113 pitches in his final, here in the 6th inning. There are runners on second and first. And Tucker is just working him in that bat. He's just working him, pounding him, fouling off every single pitch. And all right, this could be the pivotal moment where it all turns for the Astros. Strasburg strikes him out on a check swing, and that's the end of the inning. Strasburg's able to get out of it, and you're like, all right. The Nationals are still in this now. And then the 7th inning, all hell breaks loose. starting with Kurt Suzuki. I want to pull up the exact box score here from the 7th inning because I'm still trying to process all of this. Here in the 7th inning. By the way, I'm not reading your comments right now. I'm looking at the highlights here. So I'll get to your comments in a little bit. Kurt Suzuki hits the home run in the left, and at this point, it was a devastating blow. Obviously, it turned out to be a devastating blow for Houston. What a job to just man, in such a pivotal moment, top of the 7th. The 5th inning was where the Nationals got to the Astros in Game 1. In Game 2, it was the 7th. Suzuki takes, how fast? It was a 94 up and in, up, and he just swings it beautifully over the left field. It's 3-2, and then everything goes haywire after this. Looking for all the, okay, here we go. Let me read the stats from what the heck just happened. So, Suzuki home runs, Robles walks, Verlander comes out. Verlander pitched well, but he did give up the hit that turned everything around. And then Turner walks. Eaton sacrifices. Eaton sacrifices, and Rendon flies out to center. Now it's 2 outs. And for some reason, this Washington Nationals team, I don't think we've ever seen, in the history of baseball, a team hit better with 2 outs. You got to go back and look at the statistics. What this team has been able to do with 2 outs, not just in this regular season, but in this postseason, is staggering. And so with 2 outs, they intentionally walked Soto. The first intentional walk the Astros have given up all year. A total sign of respect. And then Kendrick gets to the shortstop, and Bregman, poor Alex Bregman, who, if he fields that ball correctly, they're out of the inning. Instead, bobbles it or whatever. Robles scores. It's 4-2. Cabrera then hits a beautiful single to shallow center. 2 more runs score. It's 6-2. Then a wild pitch. Kendrick gets the third. Cabrera gets the second. And then another single to third. Astros have a chance. Bregman has a chance again. And the throw is wide, even though I'm not really sure if it would have been able to get there. If he would have been able to get there in time. But regardless, 2 more runs score. And at this point, you're sitting there going, if you just came into this game early, if you just came to this game and just saw it here live and just found out, you were probably thinking, I guess the Nationals, I guess it was an early Nationals blowout. No. The Nationals scored 10 runs from the 7th inning on. This game was 2-2 in the 7th, and the Nationals ended up outscoring Houston 10-1. I mean, it's crazy. Just crazy. By the way, there better not be any Astro fans there in the building at the Fox side. Don't even bother. If you're an Astro fan, go home. Go home, sit back, sit down, retire. And so it's 8-2 there. I'm amazed at the national team. This plucky young, not young Nationals team, but a lot of young guys there on it. A lot of old guys, a lot of veterans too. And it's amazing to me, this plucky group of guys. And they're a fun group of guys too, the way they celebrate. They got a real good chemistry right now. That they score 6 runs in the 7th. And then after that, Eaton hits a 2-run home run in the 8th. Cabrera again gets an RBI single that scores. Soto makes it 11-2. And then in the 9th, Maldonado, whatever, hits a home run, makes it 12-2. And at this point, I'm sorry, I was reading the Astros. Taylor, I had a feeling that was wrong. And then Taylor hits a home run to left and makes it 12-2. And at this point, I'm in utter shock that the Washington Nationals again scored 10 runs on this. Okay, let me read your comments now. Astros in 7. All right, Hero's still sticking with it. Woohoo, go Nats. Congrats, Robert. I will pay the Nats just to play New York one time. The Astros are going to get swept. I'm now actually thinking that. I'm not gonna lean towards that, but right now I'm seriously, it's Nationals in 5 to me right now. Right now, the way this team's playing, and they're gonna go crazy in Washington over the next few days. Congrats to the Nationals on winning Game 2. Thank you, David, for being. How old is Suzuki? He's 36 years old. I knew it was crazy when later on in the 7th inning, Suzuki came up to bat again. I'm like, wait, did I rewind on the TV? No. The Nationals just batted around the lineup in the 7th inning in the World Series game. I really don't understand why the Astros bats wait until the very end to come to life. Yeah, that was also crazy too. Also, can I get on the Astros? So they hit the home run. It's 12-3, and they're doing the train thing, and everybody's saying it's 12-3. Why bother? And then they were actually almost getting into it, and that was the worst part. The fans were like, "Oh, here we go, come back! You're down 9 runs. Just give it up." He's been around the block for a few years. Knicks played one hell of a game. We showed promise. RJ Barrett. So I'm just excited about RJ. We're happy for the Nationals. Yeah, the Knicks win tonight. We'll get to the Knicks, and we will be doing a little bit of an NBA live stream here at the end of this. I do have some thoughts on the Knicks and Nets, so Noah, stick with me if you're here because I got some Knicks and Nets thoughts here. Mainly because the Nats bullpen is terrible. The Nats bullpen is usually terrible, and again, they finally showed up in tonight. It was the Astros bullpen that really laid the groundwork for how terrible it was. The Knicks win tonight. Don't want to talk about it. Sorry, Lord. I don't know what to make of this. This one hurts. No loss in a close one. Okay, the Knicks did not win. Okay, fine. Bummer. I had a feeling eventually they were going to lose. RJ Barrett, nice performance out of him. This one hurts. I hope they don't get swept. Oh, okay, thank you, Noah. Okay, good. So, I'm not leaning towards sweep right now, but first of all, if you're a Yankee fan right now, you're just sitting there going, oh my God, how did we lose to this team? This Nationals team has just gone completely silent here. I mean, now a lot of that has to do with good pitching, but the bullpen has given up a lot of runs, and eventually, like yesterday it was Cole. Yesterday, eventually Cole gave out runs, but that's Cole. Like eventually, and the Astros just couldn't get enough runs there to take the lead. And in this game, yes, Scherzer, Verlander did give up 1 run. The Astros bullpen then proceeded to give up 9. I cannot believe we live in this reality right now. I'm going to go to bed because I'm going to cry and contemplate. I'd like you to stay around, Lloyd, but I understand completely. Man, I love underdogs dominating, and that's what you're getting right now. You are getting an underdog that there was not a lot of confidence in the Nationals going forward. But I did say, again, a magic carpet ride, a fairy tale. That's what this team has been. That's what they've been since May when they were 12 games under 500. And they came roaring. I'm from New York, but I'm a Spurs fan. I got to root for the Knicks, but I can't root for them. Am I wrong? No, it's totally competent. It's actually okay to not root for the Knicks. You're saving yourself a lot of pain. I just want to stay at the end of the game and cheer for everyone no matter how far behind we are. All right, I guess respect for that, but it's just like at some point, do you have to roll the train? Okay, if you want to root and cheer, okay, fine. Do you have to pull the train out? Can't the train just like sit back in the? I mean, and just like, all right, we're down 12-3. We might as well just take it. Hold on, I'm gonna change the channel here. I honestly feel if the Yankees had won a game 7 against Houston, they'd face the Nationals, they wouldn't have fared any better against the Nationals team this year. Maybe this Nationals team is just a runaway freight train. Maybe that's what we're learning right now, is that this Nationals team just cannot be beat. Since the Howie Kendricks Grand Slam, we're gonna put on Denver and Portland here. I want to see what the score of this game is. 91-90 Denver. Okay, so stay with us. We got if you're not watching ESPN right now, we're gonna watch ESPN right now. Denver 91-90 over Portland. This is good. Oh, now it's 94-90. Nice 3. But looking at this game, since the Howie Kendricks, looking at this whole postseason, since the Howie Kendricks Grand Slam, the Nationals are 7-0. They are 7-0. They beat the Dodgers in that game 5. They trounced the Cardinals, and then they come into Houston and win both games. You could have told me Elvis was going to come back from the dead before I believed to you that the Nationals were going to win both games in Houston. Montreal Expos finally being avenged. I like the Knicks better than the Nets. Again, that's fine. Right now, I think you should right now. If you got to root for the Nets. The Nets are on. This Nets team looks like it's going to be really good, even though they lost tonight. Denver now up 97-90. This is crazy to me. How this all how this series has played out. Never could have imagined this was going to happen. I thought Washington could win a game here and steal a game here in Houston. Never thought they were going to win both. The Knicks used to be a good team in the East, not like the 76ers in the East, but I think the Bucks will win the East this year. I do agree with you, though. I think Milwaukee, okay, fine. Maybe Philadelphia is a little bit deeper, but Milwaukee, if Giannis is going to be better, my Yankees would never go down against the net. No way on hell would we able to at least split. I mean, again, I think the Yankees would split against Houston, but right now, again, it's just Houston doesn't know what hit them, and nobody knows. Again, this has been one of the most shocking results I can remember in a long time. To see a Yankee team, not a Yankee team. I guess the Raptors beating the Warriors in the NBA Finals, I guess, is close to it. But they didn't have KD. This is a fully healthy Astros team, and they have Cole and Verlander starting game 1 and 2. Now I'm going back to DC. That was a terrible rap reference there, but for them, and now they're going to go back to DC up 2-0. Never would have imagined it, especially against this dominant Houston team who's been so great all year. They're champions. They're tough. I mean, you saw the way they beat the Yankees in that series. You never would have thought. And again, here's the difference between the Nationals and the Yankees. The Nationals are taking advantage of the opportunities given to them. The Yankees, so many times, they'd have runners on and they wouldn't convert. The Nationals, that's all they did here late in this game. That's what got them the win. Maybe next year the Yankees can play the Nationals in the World Series. Sure, I'd love that. But my gosh, right now, this is unbelievable what is happening here in baseball. I can't believe this. The Astros dynasty, whatever you call it, is over. The division is getting harder. I'm not going to rule the Astros dynasty. First of all, I don't think this is an Astros dynasty. I've said you need to win 3 out of 4 titles. I feel like to be called a dynasty. This isn't a dynasty though, but this is a really good team, a really good era they're in. And I don't think they're dynasties. I think they'll be back next year, even if they lose the series. And again, it's John Smoltz again said it earlier tonight. You know, I was up 2-0 against the Yankees in '96. So we've seen this happen before, but even if they lose the series, again, we're not going to rule it out because we can't rule out this Astros team yet. They're still going to be. I feel like next year is still going to be great. They still got all this talent. Bregman, after a great regular season, Bregman was MVP in the regular season. He's been LVP in the series. Even though he had the home run tonight, he ruined it with the 2 errors there. They could have gotten out of the inning in the 7th. That could have been 3-2. And then if you want to do all right, whatever happened. Astros tied up in the 9th. You still got something here, but everything unraveled here. Everything unraveled in the 7th. And the Astros were never able to come back. All right, they had the home run in the 9th, but gosh, I agree with Frankie. I never considered it an Astros dynasty either. No, again, it's a good era, but it's not a dynasty. The Astros pitching is really good. So they're hitting everything. They're hitting all the cylinders right now. They're hitting all the cylinders. Scherzer, Strasburg have been really good. And the bullpen is held up. It hasn't been perfect, but it's held up, which you never would have imagined. And Denver again now up 97-93. This my friends is remarkable. I am in total shock of what has happened here in these last few games. To see what has happened between these teams. Gosh. Juan Soto for MVP. I guess I would lean towards that right now. Although, after tonight, you could say Suzuki can make an argument for MVP. There's so many guys on this national team. Who had the best night tonight? Look up the box score. Looking it up right here, right now. Eaton was 2 for 4 tonight. You had 5 guys tonight hit with 2 hits. Eaton was 2 for 4. Kendrick was 2 for 5. Cabrera was 2 for 5. Zimmerman was 2 for 5. Suzuki was 2 for 5. I mean, this national team had 14 hits. I guess right now you'd say Soto is your MVP. Right now, I guess you're leaning towards Soto. But again, we're 2 games away here. We got to wait and see. So many teams are getting better last year, and this year was their last race chance of winning a championship. I mean, they already got their championship, though. But yeah, if they lose, this is going to really sting. My Astros are making their bullpen look halfway decent. Yes! I don't know how that's possible. Like, how is this happening? And again, I know you guys can explain it to me in the comments. This Astros team had I mean, but again, when you have the Nationals, the Nationals have had all this momentum. The Nationals, since the wild card game, when Soto got the game-winning hit in the wild card game in the 8th inning, the Nationals have had so much energy, so much momentum, and to see what has happened here again in the division series, in the LCS, in the World Series, to see it all just continue is remarkable. And it's possible here that Houston just ran into a buzzsaw. It may just be possible that Houston just ran into a way better team. Momentum is a real thing. Now, I mean, I know the argument momentum is only the next day's starting pitcher, but I mean, you look at what's going on with Washington right now. I don't think this is all just a better team over. Because I mean, if we're arguing, are you beating better teams win? The Nationals shouldn't have beaten the Dodgers. Dodgers are a better team than the Nationals. Just because the Nationals won that series doesn't mean the Nationals are a better team than the Dodgers. They were just better that series. Get the horses in the back. By the way, it got so boring tonight. The 8th and 9th inning got so boring. They started playing, I don't know if you guys saw it on the broadcast, they started playing Baby Shark. They started playing Baby Shark in the 9th inning, and that was really rough. Really, really just, I'm like, oh, we've reached this point. Okay. And Joe Buck's commenting on Baby Shark. And I'm like, oh, okay, we've reached the 9th inning of a World Series game, and we don't care anymore. The Astros have been figured out. It looks like it. It looks like, again, the Yankees had their opportunities against the Astros. They weren't able to take advantage of it. The Nationals have taken advantage of a lot of opportunities. They took advantage of it in the 5th inning in Game 1, and they took advantage of it here in the 7th inning in Game 2. And now the Nationals are 2 games away from a world title. And now, I mean, you just have to, if you win, you just have to try to split, or you can't split a 3-game series. They sounded bored in the booth tonight. Yeah, no, they were interested up until the 7th, and then once the 7th happened, they were just like, all right, let's fill time. Let's talk about Baby Shark. That was one of the worst moments. I think we as a society reached a new low with Joe Buck and John Smoltz talking about Baby Shark. Dude, all the Astros fans left in the 8th. Yeah, it was crazy too. Like, do you realize how many empty seats there were at the end of the game? This is a World Series game. It's Game 2, and there were a ridiculous amount of empty seats. I never see. Gosh. I mean, I'm sure I've seen it before, but it's rare. When was the last time in a World Series game I saw that many empty seats late? But crazy, just crazy. Even in like Game 3 last year of the World Series. I feel like there were a lot more seats. Denver's going to pull out the win here, 101-94. Big opening win here for Denver. I'll get the box scores in just a little bit. Those tickets aren't cheap. I wouldn't stay until the end. I would have stayed till the end no matter what. I mean, I guess, but like I'm sure a lot of those people are season tickets. So, like, and if you're just sitting there, like, you don't want to be miserable. You're watching Washington just blow by Houston. You're going to just sit there and be miserable. What's the point of even being there? I mean, money doesn't buy happiness. So, this was terrible. This was a fun game in the first 6 innings. In the first 6 innings, I was really getting into it. Good defensive plays, good pitching. I was really like, yeah, all right, this is fun. And then in the 7th, it all went. And again, I don't have a rooting interest in this series. I just want a good series. And game 1 was good, but game 2, again, it was fine for 2/3 of the way through, and then it went off the rails. I'm from Houston. I'm calling sweep. I'm gonna talk you off the ledge. I think you got 1 win in you, at least 1, on your homestand. I don't know about 2, but I have a feeling you get 1. This team's too talented. The Astros are in a must. Yes, I said last night. Last night I said the Astros were in a must-win position. Now they're in a dire, all panic button win situation. My brother and sister-in-law were in there. They stayed to the last out. Well, good for your brother and sister-in-law. The Nationals are 2 games late from the promised land with 3 home games left. They're not going to make it back to Houston. Yeah, I'm like legitimate thinking right now. I started off this series before game 1. I had Astros in 6. After last night, I had Astros in 7. Now I have Nationals in 5. I feel like this series is going to end in Houston. Sorry, Major League Beats. I have a feeling this is gonna be rough. So, wow, crazy, just crazy, man. So, don't really know what to make of it other than this is just shocking and stunning, and it is amazing to see this Nationals team beat down Houston in such a convincing, dominating way. And here they are. They're 2 games away from a world championship. Who would have thunk it when this team was 12 games under 500 in May? I still think they will pull this out of the funk. It's just hard to watch the Nats team to fight off expectation. I bet the Astros bring back Cole for a Duff start in game 4. At this point, I don't know if it... And Cole wasn't even that great in game 1. So, I mean, we saw Cole. It feels like the fumes finally... We're starting to see some fumes from Cole in game 1. I wouldn't bring him back for game 4. Frankie, your Yankees are trash. I know my Yankees are trash. I'm just comparing them to the Nationals. That's all. Again, I think there'll be 1 more win for the Nationals. I don't know about going forward. I had the Nats in 6, and I'm like, whoa. You the Nats in 6? Oh my gosh. Great prediction. Greinke's terrible, and they've already beaten Cole. Yeah, exactly. You got Greinke coming up, I think in game 3 or game 4. I mean, gosh, if you're a Houston fan right now, you're just like, where's the hope? Are you in a basement? No, I'm in my, this is my den. This is my, like, room. My basement is... You go down there and there's a door, but this is not my basement. It's a nice room, TV. I'd love it if this was a basement because this would be like the coolest basement ever. I think sweep. I think they'll bring Cole in for 4 innings in game 4. I mean, I get it. If you're that desperate, but I mean, again, he wasn't even that great in game 1. So you're just sitting there like, are you really gonna trust that? This is such a weird position. You should definitely re-sign Cole for next year, Frank. Yes, right now, even though he was terrible in game 1, or he was good in game 1 until the 5th inning. Oh yes, I would still re-sign him, but I hope the Yankees re-sign him instead. I don't think he cost himself that much money. He was so great in the ALDS and in the ALCS. I think if he loses money, it's just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be that much. I think people know what they saw. I mean, he from May to whatever, he was great. From May to the halfway through October, he was great. Room looks fresh. Thanks, man. I'm happy. Good for you. Cole's getting $30 million from the Yankees next year. I hope so. I mean, the Steinbrenners have been... They haven't spent as much money, I feel like, as they do usually, when George was around, because they're more about, building up the team. I hope $30 million a year. I would love that. I'm really good at picking World Series winners, but dude, the Astros didn't even put up a fight. In the first 2 games, again, like they put up fights for a while. Like halfway through. I'll defend them. They put up a fight in game 1. They put up a fight there because even when they were down 5-2, they scored 2 runs and made it 5-4. And it's like, all right. This, I mean, if you want to consider that 9th inning a fight, okay. Cole is doing better than Verlander now. What if Cole is the next Jake Arrieta? Don't know about that. Cole is doing better than Verlander now. And again, Verlander was good tonight, and then in the 7th inning, he gave up that one run. I mean, this isn't all Verlander's fault. I thought Verlander was really good tonight from the 2nd to 6th inning. He was solid. It was really the Astros bullpen. It was Alex Bregman giving up that error. Too many runners left on bases. We're talking about the Astros? Yeah. They had a couple big... Again, the Altuve caught stealing in the 1st inning. The sixth inning when they had a chance to get to Strasburg and they struck out. There were chances tonight. And then again, Bregman in the seventh had a chance to get them out and make it a 3-2 game. And then, you're still in it. But my gosh. Oh, crazy. I'm in utter disbelief here at what this team's been able to pull off, especially last night. Yes. But you also have to remind you're going up against really good pitching here. You're not going up against bums. You're going up against Scherzer and Strasburg. Two great pitchers who look like they're on the... Oh, and it's about time in this live stream somebody brought up Bryce Harper, who is sitting there. Again, Bryce Harper, the perfect Ewing theory candidate. The best player on his team leaves, and the team is now about to win a World Series. I don't know, 300 million? I mean, look, I'm not a fan of the 30 million, 10 years. I'm a fan of 30 million. I'm okay with that. 10 years, I'm never a fan of because those 10-year contracts almost never work. But somebody might give it to him. I mean, for a pitcher, though, I don't know. About 100 lost seasons again. No, this isn't that bad. No, if you're an Astros fan, you take this over the 100 lost seasons any day of the week. You don't want to go back there, and you've had a great season. And, you're back in the World Series again. I mean, if you lose this is going to be a rough loss. But yeah, I wouldn't panic yet. Astros resign Cole and let Verlander go to the Yankees. What do you think? I'll take it. Verlander to the Yankees. Kate Upton watching all of our games. Yes, 100%. Moneyball. Bryce wasn't worth the kitty. It is never good, especially a pitcher. No, I would agree. But I mean, I'll take Cole and Verlander. I'll help pay for it. I mean, I don't have any money, but I will help pay for it. He's going to get a shorter deal for 30, 45 years. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. Yeah, nobody gives him 10 years. I don't see anybody doing that. Again, 10-year deals are stupid. They're idiotic. Yeah, and Verlander's definitely not getting a 10-year deal. But yeah, Cole's going to get a nice deal here. 257 for 7 years is, yeah. It's a lot of money. My gosh, that'd be over 30 million. If 257 for 7 is like 36, I mean, oh boy, that's all, 36, 37. So, I mean, yeah, again, he'll be worth a lot of money, and he'll deserve it because he pitched great this year, but too long. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 10-year deals. Not a fan. I mean, but 7 years, But 10, again, like how many 10-year deals have worked? Like 10-year deals where at the end of it, you're getting really good value out of it. Which is probably what's going to happen with Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. Okay, Bryce Harper must feel like the absolute worst. Bryce Harper, like, if you're a Philly fan right now, you got to be looking at Bryce Harper. It's like, this guy left this team and they got worse. No, this guy left this team and they got better. He comes to your team and you still don't make the playoffs with him. Brendan has lost all that. If I had Kate at home, I wouldn't be able to groceries. Yeah. I mean, she again, like I'm kind of jealous of him for that. I mean, does he have? He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the great pitchers of our time. Does he really need the supermodel wife too? And by the way, they have a kid now. There's a 0% chance that kid turns out ugly. That kid is gonna be model looks, 100%. No, the Nationals may be tough for any team to beat next year. Is this just going to be a one-year wonder? I'm curious. Because they are the oldest team in baseball. Is this just going to be a one-year fluke? 225 for 5? That's over 40. Nah. Kershaw was a terrible long... Yes, Kershaw... Kershaw, all he does is choke in the postseason. On the Padres, I'm paying Cole. You already spent all that money on Machado, but... Again, there's a lot of teams right now that would pay Cole. I would love it if the Yankees could get him or Strasburg, because the Yankees need an ace right now. But, by the way, not wearing the Yankees shirt, so I hope you guys are happy with me. My gosh, how long is this Nuggets trophy? This game has been there's been a minute left in this game for 10 minutes. Denver's going to pull out the win here, it looks like, so good for them here on opening night. I can't understand the logic of anything anymore. Holy cow. What's going on here with Washington? Want to see what the Twitter is trending about. Want to see what's going on there. World Series TV ratings for Game 1 were the second lowest on record, so it's clear that people were... They're not highly... Okay, World Series is trending. Okay. Jokic is trending and Kyrie is trending. I'm assuming Jokic had a great night. Okay, Jokic wasn't there for the first 2 quarters. Hit some big threes late. Okay, good for Jokic. I can't believe we lost that bad. Yeah, me too. I never thought it would be this rough. Tom Brady got Giselle and he cuts her off in postseason. Justin should take it. Well, Yankees said publicly getting no go after Colte. Are they allowed to say that? Can you say that publicly, or is there like tampering rules that you can't? I mean, they should, but we want the Astros to sign Cole and pay him whatever he wants. Everyone to go to the Yankees. Kyrie dropping 50 points. Yeah, we will get to that. Kyrie tonight was the best player on the court of anyone. Of everybody out there tonight on the NBA floor. Kyrie was the best player. I mean, and he was just all these moves and so much scoring. He was fantastic. Yeah, he bobbled the ball there at the end. He slipped over himself. That's a rough loss for the Nets, but you got to like what Kyrie is doing right now here for the Nets. Now, you do have to worry that maybe how much longer before the locker room cancer thing happens with him. But for now, if you're a Nets fan, you enjoy this. He looks like he wants to be there, so good for him. They said it publicly today. All right, I guess you're allowed to say it publicly in baseball and not be worried about a fine. Yankees don't care about fines. Tampering, it's baseball. There's never tampering. Okay, fine. I mean, I've just seen in some leagues where it's like you say we want to go after that guy, we want to go after that guy, and you get fined. Is Kyrie Irving related to Julius Irving? No. I think that's not even spelled right. Julius Irving. Is that right? No. How do you spell Julius Irving? I'm doctor. I don't think so. Because I feel like we would have heard about Julius Irving being trending. Yes, you spelled it wrong. It's Julius Erving. So, no, they're not related. That would be great if they were not related. Oh my gosh, look at this dunk by Damian Lillard. Oh! What a beast. What a beast. It's going to be a fun NBA season. And we'll have some NBA stuff here later on in the show. So, oh my gosh. What's the dunks here tonight? This is just filthy. Any more questions here, guys, for the next 10, 15 minutes? This was crazy. It was a joke. Oh, okay. Sorry. Again, I'm not good at reading jokes. Oh my gosh. Derrick Jones Jr. just, the height. He barely dunked it down. He just threw it down. Oh, that was filthy. Insane. Oh, thank God the NBA is back. Oh, we got more dunks. Please. Are those Langeberger baskets? No clue. Donovan Mitchell with a sweet dunk, too. I know I'm being completely distracted by the baseball, and that's what Longobarger... That's my point exactly. Cole's better than Verlander now, Frankie. See how bad the Yankees want him, too? Yes. I know. And yeah, the Yankees should go after him, but... And if I had to choose between Cole or Verlander, I would take Cole. I would take either one of them, but... DJ from the Raptors! Oh. And yeah, Kyrie, 50 points. I think Kyrie set the record tonight for most points in a debut. He was great. Man, so yeah, and my gosh, Washington, crazy tonight. Also looking for more stats here from the Nationals game. Strasburg 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 1 walk, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 114 pitches. So great to see him pitch well in this postseason. I mean, we saw what happened 10 years ago when he made his debut, and people thought he was going to be the next big thing, and that he was going to be this unbelievable phenom. And while he hasn't, I don't think, been that, he's still been a really good pitcher for them, and has really delivered. And if he gets a first World Series here, I'd be very happy for him. We'll see how the Mariners finally win a championship. Frankie, try talking slow. Oh, good point. I should talk slower. It's just in my DNA for some reason. I love to do everything fast. I'll try to talk slower. That will help, but I have so many words that I want to get off my chest, and they're just coming at a million miles an hour. So I'll try to slow down. When will the Seattle Mariners finally win a championship? Maybe never. Hope and pray, man. Gosh. So yeah, it was 2-2 here. It was 2-2 after the Bregman home run. And again, the Altuve, I don't think they made any deal about the Altuve steal. The Altuve caught steal was a huge play. And then here it is, Strasburg and Tucker. They're going back and forth. And 113 pitches. Oh, beautiful. Gets out of the inning. Because Strasburg was on the verge there of giving up a big hit. Never. I'm not going to say never, but yeah, it's a rough one here. And then there's really no need to break down the game after the Suzuki home run. The Suzuki home run was just game, set, match. 3-2. 381 feet. Verlander is your 75-year-old who's a mechanic who said he's going to help you change oil. You respect him, but you're worried about him underneath the car. All right, that's fair. But I'll take him. You know what? I'm not worried. I feel like, all right, if there is one worry that maybe Larry Rothschild is not the guy for him. And then here it is. Look at this play right here by Bregman. He's got a chance. Oh, he doesn't come up with the ball. Then he drops it again. Are you worried about copyright showing the TV? Right now, there's a stream health thing here that tells you whether or not and it's totally green, no problems at all. So there's no worries with the copyright. Verlander was really good in 2017. I don't know why he isn't as good now. He's older, I guess. I mean, he was still solid in this postseason. And he wasn't great. He was great from inning 2 to inning 6, but then in inning 7, I guess he got tired, gave up one bad pitch. Are you kidding me? He had an incredible year. Exactly, yeah, that was... YouTube's pretty good with copyright. You get away with a lot. I think that's sarcasm because you get away with almost nothing. In fact, the highlight video that I just posted, I was about to post a World Series highlight video. Got blocked almost instantly. I still have a feeling we're going to come back. You have a feeling we're going to... Again, I think there's at least one win. I don't know about 2. You gotta convince me you're going to win 2 games in Washington. It's tough to do. Wow, Verlander is 0 for 5 in 6 career World Series starts. True, in the regular season he was great. Walking Soto, a mistake. Ooh, that's a good point. Should they have walked Soto? I mean, that's a tough one. Easy. Oh, I would say at the moment... Oh, gosh, that's tough. I'm thinking about it because I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. I was just like, they're scared of pitching to him. I mean, maybe you just suck it up and just like, all right, here. But here's the thing. Even with Soto, they would have gotten out of the inning. They would have gotten out of the inning if Bregman hadn't given up. If Bregman hadn't given up, hadn't had the error, they would have gotten out of the inning. So, I'm gonna say fine. I think it's more second guessing though, but who knows? I didn't really have a problem with it at the time. Verlander is the guy coaches will point to the next day that you don't during the regular season. Yeah. The 2019 Nationals joined the 2005 White Sox and the 1996 Yankees for most consecutive road wins in a single postseason. Again, the Nationals have won 6 road games in this postseason. Just crazy good. 6 straight. And that's going back to, all right, I'm trying to think. So 6 straight road wins. So that's the 2 here, the 2, and then I guess they won game 2 against the Dodgers, and they won game 5, and then they won the first 2. Then they won the first 2 in St. Louis, and then they won the first 2 here in Houston. Suns finally won a game. Congrats to the Suns. Congrats also to the Charlotte Hornets, who somehow pulled off a victory tonight. I can't explain that one at all. They're probably the worst team in the league, and yet they're undefeated. Go ahead. Soto's been hit and missed the postseason. We hit was 3 games. Yes, he did, but I mean, in game 1 he was great. In game 1 he was, he carried them in that win. I love your fast talk and super fast reading of comments is highly entertaining. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad someone's really enjoying this. I've just done everything fast. Ever since I was younger, like my dad would always say I would get up, I would wake up in the morning and just run to the TV to see on the latest sports. Just what I did. I'm a fast guy. Can't help it. I'm like Sonic. Gotta go fast. That movie looks awful. Any more comments here, guys? This was... I'm still trying to really comprehend and understand this. The Nationals, the Washington Nationals, who until this past year had been the joke of baseball, who were dead and gone in the wild card game, who were dead and gone in Game 5 of the NLDS, is now 2 games away. What sports don't you follow? Hockey, I understand a little, but no. Tennis, it's basically but for the most part, that's basically it. To be fair, the Nationals have destroyed every team they faced in the postseason. I wouldn't argue that. I mean, I wouldn't say they destroyed the Brewers. They just came out of there alive. I wouldn't say they destroyed the Dodgers. They just got out of there alive. They destroyed the Cardinals, and they've destroyed Houston so far. And the highlights from Kyrie. Kyrie on the Nets. If he doesn't become like a total just jerk with them, he's going to be such a great asset. And then you bring back KD next year, that's going to be a good team. There's a bright future there in Brooklyn. Kyrie. I just love... I'm getting Ethan Klein vibes. Frankie, do you have Tourette's? I'm not saying that's a negative. I think it's a situational bench. Oh, Tourette's with the whole... that... you're not the first person to ask this. I don't have Tourette's. It's just a nervous tick I do. I promise it's not Tourette's. Gotta stop that. But apologies there. It's a nervous tick I gotta do. I gotta get over it. And sometimes I get over it, and sometimes I don't. I just have to relax more. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking about sports. Oh, Ethan Klein. He's of H3 Productions. Oh, is that the guy with the average podcast? I know he does good. I guess he's doing better on podcasts. But yeah, some of the first podcasts I saw him do, I was like, "Ooh, this guy's. He's reading everything off a script." I actually don't hate him. It's just like his podcast sometimes. Ethan Klein. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Agreed, I'm a diehard Astros fan. The biggest problem we have is that the plate, we aren't stringing hits together. Stolen home runs don't help. Stranded base runners don't help either. Yeah. But again, that's what's going to happen here. Is it bad hitting or great pitching? I think it's a combination of the two. And not being able to get hits against this Nationals team. And then in Game 1 and Game 2, and then the bullpen gave it up for you yesterday. Agreed, Frankie. That's why no one's seen this Nationals team coming. No. Ethan Klein is a millionaire. Am I miss Ethan Klein? Yeah. Again, is this Ethan Klein of the? Because when I googled Ethan Klein, it said of H3 Productions. So, unless I'm getting it wrong, I'm sure he's a millionaire. You could be too. Let's hold the brakes on that. Maybe one day, but I gotta be paid. I still got a long way to go. I'd love to be a millionaire because I have no talent at all. And I mean, we've seen people on the internet who have no talent make a lot of money. The Paul brothers. But that'd be cool to do. H3. Yeah, I thought so. So H3. Shout out. Chris Paul debuted tonight. 2-0. This is I'm out of adjectives. I'm out of superlatives to describe this. This is remarkable what the Washington Nationals have done. The Astros need to load the bases and hit the grand slam like the Nationals have been doing. It's hard to do. It's hard to load bases and hit grand slams. The Nationals haven't even hit a grand slam in this World Series. They hit a grand slam against the Dodgers, but yeah, they haven't hit a grand slam in the World Series. But they've hit. I'm trying to think what their home runs have been. They hit in the Nationals Astros game. I'm sorry. In tonight, they hit a solo home run, a 2-run home run, and a solo home run. They only had 3 home runs. It felt like more. So yeah, no 3 runs, but they get the ball out of the park. Astros haven't really been able to do that for the most part. The boys will love you. I don't think I need any of those. I'm not an implants guy. I do not like if. Oh boy, the Paul. Those are just proof again. Proof the Paul brothers. Proof you can have no talent and make millions of dollars on the internet. That's why I love YouTube. Thoughts on Daniel Jones? I don't know what to make of him. I mean, okay. Daniel Jones, he's a kid. He's got a lot of upside, got a lot of potential, but he's going to struggle. And we've seen it here in the last few games. He's a kid. He's going to learn stuff. He's got a lot of promise, got a lot of potential. Just needs to learn not to turn the ball over as much and get rid of the ball when he has to. But I like what I've seen of him, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Small ball makes fall draw. Now, bro, we have too many runners on the base. No. I will agree with you there. Again, especially in the 6th inning, I felt like tonight. But it's not getting hits with the runners and the bullpen being bad and not being able to get hitting on good pitching. It's a lot of things here. Again, the Yankees were not able to take advantage of the Astros when they had the opportunities in the ALCS. The Nationals have taken advantage of the opportunities. Astros have won 106 games here, and they're looking like a minor league team against Washington. Looking like it will be a sweep. Astros' best pitchers couldn't stop them. I'm not going to rule it out because I feel like Houston's too talented. I feel like there's at least one win coming here in the next 3. I just don't know which one it is. I mean, and if Houston can pull off 2 wins, God bless them. But man, it's going to be tough to do. I mean, look at Dave Martinez. Look at this Nationals team. Again, an 8-game postseason win streak. They've won 8 in a row. Just crazy good, man. Again, I'm not leaning towards sweep, but I'm not ruling it out either, though. I will say that. I'm calling sweep as well. I'm a Nationals fan. I hate one sort of swag. However, he has the clutch and I can't help but respect his posting. I've seen some people like, I don't like the way the guy plays. I really don't have any problem with it. First of all, I'm a fan of the let the young guys play. I'm a fan of all that. I don't like arrogance, but I like confidence. I don't like arrogance. And some guys we see are arrogant. I haven't seen really that of Soto. I've enjoyed watching him in this postseason. So I love him pumping the guys up. So he doesn't really have any problem. He's been clutch. That arguably the biggest hit of this postseason was him in the wild card game, and that hit that changed everything around. It's crazy how just the littlest things can turn everything around, and that's what the Nationals have done so far. Man, what a performance! 12-3. I thought it was 13. 12-3. How? What were you could have? The odds on that must have been ridiculously high heading into this night's game. After Bryce left, who's arrogant other than Soto? Yeah. Again, like when you see Bryce Harper, and then you look at that, and then you look at anybody else, it's like I guess that guy's not that arrogant. You got to give credit to the Nationals pitching. They got their bats going against my Astros too. Yes, exactly. I mean, but we knew the pitching. This was bound to be a pitcher's duel, and it has been a little bit. It hasn't been as dominant of a pitcher's duel as I thought it would be. I was expecting like 3-2, 2-1 games. I really haven't gotten that. But yeah, when Scherzer and Strasburg are up there, the Astros really haven't gotten to them. So, and the bats have just exploded here. Again, the 2 innings, the 5th inning in Game 1, the 7th inning tonight, the Nationals have just been on just another level. And I have nothing angry to say about this Nationals team right now. It is playing, again, is playing fantastic. And we'll see if they can carry it over for the next few games. So just a reminder, guys, and I will have some NBA some NBA stuff here in just a little bit. I got to get to that. But also, if we'll have a video out, I guess, maybe tomorrow on an NBA game, but I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe we'll do something on Redskins Vikings. Got some videos coming out. If you like what you see, click down there and subscribe for more content like this. We do live streams all throughout the NBA, NFL, MLB. A lot of good stuff here. I feel like Bryce could benefit from doing the heel dig like Soto. Maybe. Bryce has his own problems right now. Bryce is, I mean, they couldn't win anything when he was there. Toe dig, apologize. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. That's just. It looks like it'll be a sweep, but I'm hoping the Astros come on the road too. Again, I'm not leaning towards sweep. I don't think I can sit there and go, it's definitely going to be a sweep. Now, if they lose tomorrow, then yeah, I'll lean towards sweep. But right now, it's just, gosh, it's so bad for Houston right now. Where is the positives here? Where is the hope? It just looks like a dead scenario. Scherzer struggled yesterday, we couldn't hit him. Strasburg struggled today, we couldn't hit him. There were chances you could have gotten them, and both chances couldn't do it. You did it. The Astros, I think, if I remember correctly, all of the Astros' major runs in this game came in the first inning. In both games. They got, I think, 2 runs in the first inning of Game 1, and then the Nationals scored 5 after that. And then Houston scored 2 runs in Game 1 tonight, tied the game up, and then the Nationals took over. No game tomorrow, right? Yeah, no game tomorrow. So we'll have some NBA stuff in between. No game tomorrow. We will have, and there'll be games. Games are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So go check those out. Should be good. Should be a fun, exciting game here. What else? Oh, yeah, there we go. There. In both games, yes. Astros scored 1 8th-inning run. Yes. No, again, but I feel like the majority of their runs. I should see this. The majority of the runs where they got out ahead or tied the game, was in the first inning in both games, and then they go silent. In both games, they go hot in the first inning, and then they go silent late. Then they get worn out. They're like, all right, we get the runs early. We don't need to get anything else. It's a problem. No World Series game because the teams are traveling to DC tomorrow. So yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and thank God for the Astros. They get a day off. That's the thing they need right now the most from Houston is a day off. Need anything. They just need to relax, get their mind off of baseball. And by the way, all this talk about the Nationals, they'd be rusty, total garbage. They're anything but rusty. Because you either get, when you have this much time off, you either get rusty or you get rested. And the Nationals have gotten really, really rested, and they are on a roll. It's Thursday night football tomorrow plus NBA games. So I have a box ticket for work. I don't care if the Nets lose. I'll be wasted drunk. Sorry about that, Nick. Drink responsibly. Sorry about that. There have been times when I'm watching the Yankees this season, and I just turned 21, where I would have loved the drink, but I had to force against my better instincts. No, just not to do that. Pitching seems warm, yeah. But yeah, it's rough when you're watching your team just not only lose, get blown out, annihilated, and it didn't really happen in Game 1 because you fought back hard in Game 1, but here in Game 2, when you're just watching, and they scored 6 runs in the 7th. I think 3 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. At that point, you just sit there and you just go, what are we doing? How is this possible? How is this happening to us? And you're seeing all those empty seats. That was just miserable. Again, I feel bad for Nationals fans there. I'm sorry, I feel bad for Astros fans there. I feel bad that they had to watch this tonight. Had to watch their team just get smoked. Oh gosh, what well, any more comments? Any more comments there, guys? Any more questions? Charlotte is the worst team in the NBA. How do they pull off a win? How did they pull off a win? Hudson, Sanchez, Corbin. Who do you start Game 3 if you're the manager for the Nats? I guess I'm leaning towards Sanchez, but any one of them right now you can take. Again, you're at a 2-0. You have the advantage right now. You have the 2-0 lead. You can play your cards a little bit more loose right now. Good point, Frankie. Game 1 was actually more of a winnable game than tonight's game was. Although both games, again, I will say, if Bregman gets the ball, if Bregman's able to get the throw, if he's able to get that grounder, throw it to first, out, it's 3-2 heading back to the bottom of the 7th. Who knows? Can Greinke get a win? Didn't his last outing he get a win? That's right, in Game 3 against the Yankees. Or was it Game 4? No, it was Game 3, because I think it was Tanaka Greinke. Okay, so Game 3. I think Game 3 was Cole, and then Game 4 was Greinke, I like to say. Yeah, Game 4 was Greinke. It was Tanaka Greinke. And Greinke got the win. So, it's possible. Sanchez probably gives you the best loose chance. Yeah. And remember, Sanchez almost no-hit the Cardinals, which I still can't believe happened. Nope, is now at 6.34. He's going to get stroked. He got a win in Game 4 against the Yankees. I still don't know how that happened. But he pulled out that victory in Game 4. So, you know what? Maybe there's some crazy stuff going on here. But yeah, we'll see. I'm wondering, have they announced anything yet for Game 3? I'm looking at it right now. I don't think they've announced anything. Pulling up ESPN right now, and no, I think they've already announced. Yeah, it's Greinke Sanchez. So yeah, that's what we're gonna get. Greinke Sanchez in Game 3, and then Game 4 is not decided yet. So yeah, Greinke Sanchez Game 3 advantage. I think Washington. Again, Anibal Sanchez almost pitched a no-hitter. We'll be streaming after the Thursday Night Football game tomorrow night. Maybe, I think I might want to do the NBA instead. I don't think I have really any interest in Redskins-Vikings. Unless the Redskins pull off an upset. Then we can do a whole thing about, is Minnesota really that good? They bats too hot. Yeah. Oh, gosh. PJ Washington had 7 threes. I'm getting ahead of myself. So they had 23. The Hornets had 23 threes tonight. They had PJ Washington had 7 threes. They had 3 20-point scorers. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, Cole Game 4. I would. Again, do you go with him on short rest after Game 1? Okay, so Game 1 would be Wednesday. Game 1 is Tuesday. Game 4 is Saturday. So that's 3 days rest. If you're that desperate, butterfly. Yes, NBA's Rockets versus Bucks tomorrow night. Ooh, that's a good game. Oh, baby, that's a good game. I get to watch Giannis. Yeah, forget Redskins Vikings. I get to watch Giannis and Harden and Westbrook. Give me that. Forget Redskins Vikings. We're doing Rockets Bucks, I think. Unless there's another Thursday night. Maybe we'll do the other Thursday night game as well. I don't know what that is, but we can do both of them, I guess. Boy. Yeah, we got Bucks Rockets and Clippers Warriors. All right. I'm intrigued. Tell me more. That's what I'm saying. They will pitch a 4-inning start for Cole to save the season. That's probably what they. If they do that, but can you trust Cole after how bad he was in Game 1? Or do you sit there and go? Do you sit there after Game 1 and say, okay, that was just a fluke. He'll be better in Game 4. We know we've seen what he can do for the most part. Or do you just Sports Fury will be streaming that NBA game tomorrow? Oh, I got to compete with the Sports Fury. Bummer. Again, I do post game. Sports Fury only does the game. I do post game. Shout out to the Sports Fury, by the way. They're very, very good. I gotta get on this. I gotta get on those channels. Collabs, I'm all for it. But man, wait, just I'm still shocked about this. Crazy to me how this could happen. If you had told me Washington would have won tonight, I wouldn't have been totally shocked. But if you told me they would have won like this, I wouldn't trust Cole. But managers pull out all stops. It's when I go home, he's got to pitch. Probably, but even if you win that game, you're still down 3-1. Okay, let's say they would lose Game 3. You win, you still got to deal with. Okay, I guess you go back to Verlander in Game 5. It's just like, what are you gonna do there? And remember, only the 0-4 Red Sox to come back down from 3-0. He wasn't bad in Game 1. I'm sorry, he wasn't bad, but he got worn out in the 5th inning. Dasher's got to hit the ball too. No, that's fair. Oh gosh. Oh, they got the Knicks highlights here. We're going back and forth here between World Series game. I'll come here for post game, Frankie. You're the best post game stream, Frankie. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate you guys supporting me here. You know, I expected the Knicks to lose this game, and it looks like they did. It's funny to hear Knicks fans talk themselves into Julius Randle. It's like, maybe it's like that's what they're at. We thought we were going to get Durant and Kyrie, and we got Julius Randle instead, who's not a bad player, but like, come on. Nice job, RJ. Nice performance here tonight from RJ. It was good to see. But of course, the Knicks find a way to lose games because that's what the Knicks do. I'm taking San Antonio. I don't think San Antonio is going to be a dominant team this year. I think they'll barely make the playoffs. And the only reason why I have San Antonio making the playoffs is because of Pop. There's a 3, just swish. He wasn't. Yes. Major League pitching is rest conservative. Postseason pitching has months after for recovery. Guess that's fair. Alders had 22 points tonight. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Astros have to play better in Game 3 on Friday. Yes, that's not even worth the discussion. You have to play better in Game 3 if you want to even remotely stay in this. All right, so that's really where we stand here after these after these first two games, stunningly with the Washington Nationals up 2-0, and for the Astros there's no help in sight. Again, now you're in must win territory. That's going to be a crazy situation down there in Washington tomorrow night. In Washington on Friday night, excuse me. It's tomorrow night, I guess, technically here, because do want to do a little bit on the NBA. I've been doing it all throughout the podcast. Do want to do like a little recap today of the NBA games here. And again, the best player tonight. If you have any more final baseball questions, let me know. I just want to get to all the NBA stuff that I really want to get to here. Again, Charlotte pulls off the win. I don't know how Washington had 5 threes. I don't know how Charlotte did this. They're not even that good. Is Charlotte now going to come out and be like a 6th? The East is so crazy that it's like, oh yeah, sure, Charlotte can pull out a victory. Pistons, Pacers, all right, nice. Drummond goes for 30 and 20. Great performance out of him. Magic beat Cavs, whatever. Big win tonight for the Sixers. There were 2 national TV games. One of them was Celtics and Sixers. And looking at Philadelphia, again, it was great to see, like, you know, you had Embiid and Simmons. What were the final totals for them? Also, they out-rebound Boston 62-41. I mean, that's gonna kill you right there. Embiid had 15 and 13. Ben Simmons scored 24. Both of them were great tonight. It still annoys me that Ben Simmons hasn't learned how to have an outside game yet. He needs to learn that, please. If you want to get any better, you got to learn that. I have no talent, and yet I can shoot a 3. I don't know why he isn't. It was good to see Gordon Hayward have another impressive performance. It's good to see him now. It looks like this might be his team. So 25 points. Good to see the return of. But Kemba Walker is not Kyrie Irving. He might be a better teammate, but he's not a better player, I would say. 4 for 18 tonight. And the Sixers are just deeper. I mean, Jaylen Brown, 21 minutes at 8 points. Marcus Smart was in there. Marcus Smart had 33 minutes. He had 4 points. That's a rough one. So, and Celtics have problems defensively. But overall, again, we've come into this and we're just expecting the Sixers to be a better team. They proved it tonight. Big win for the Sixers. They start off the season 1-0. Miami gets a nice win over Memphis. Good. John Morant had 14 points. Good to see from him. Kyrie was just unstoppable tonight. Rough loss to Minnesota, but hopefully they'll be able to recover. Great night as well for Karl Anthony Towns. Mavericks get the win. Luka Doncic is just insane. His level of talent, 34-9. RJ Barrett had 21 points in his debut. It was nice, but no win. Jazz beat the Thunder. And then Suns beat the Kings, which whatever. Other story of the night, Nuggets and Trailblazers. The other 10:30 game. Didn't get to watch most of this game, but okay, I got some nice Instagram comments, so that was nice. Jokic, another great performance from him. He sat out most of the first half, and he still had 20 and 13. And Portland's 50th season, a little bit of a heartbreaker here. Denver wins at 108-100, even though Damian Lillard had 32 points, so a good night for him. So, I mean, I don't know what this means going forward. It's only one game, so there's a lot of stuff that we still have to, we got to see how all this stuff plays out over the NBA season. But a nice opening night, some good games, great performances. Great to see. All right, looking for your comments here. Astros have to play better. Why are Astros bats so weak now? I don't know. Sometimes in the postseason, you just go cold. Kemba was 1 for 9 in the second half. Got to do better, man. If you're going to replace Kyrie, sweep. What do you like this year to win the Eastern Conference in the NBA this year, Frankie? I have Milwaukee. Again, I don't think they're as deep as like a Philadelphia or someone like that, but I think if Giannis is better, and I expect Giannis to be better, and we'll get a first glance of it tomorrow night. If Giannis is better, then I think that's going to overshadow all of it. It's going to be like, I feel like when LeBron carried that Cavs team to a finals back in 2007. The batsman week all playoffs. Ben Simmons can't pass on the perimeter. That too. He also, again, he can't shoot on the perimeter. Like, please, learn an outside game. Could it kill you? The Clippers beat the Lakers last night by 10. If Frankie can tell me what the record is being played at tomorrow night. I believe, I don't have the total. Oh gosh, come on! This thing has to load. This darn thing has to load. Please, for the love. Load. It's being played in Houston again. 8:00 on TNT, Bucks, Rockets, and then 10:30 on TNT, Clippers and Warriors. So those are the games we've got planned here for tomorrow night, and we'll probably do live streams to either one or both of them. Interested to see how that will play out. But until then, this was a fun night. Shocked again, just stunned at what Houston was able to do, or not be able to do against Washington. Washington just pounded them, destroyed them, and this is now again a 2-0 Nationals series lead. Who would have thunk it going in? Altuve gets on base constantly with the batting order, can't advance him on base. Is the National League strength now? Don't know. It's wild, but it's crazy to me that Washington's in this position. I like the Milwaukee Bucks coming out of the East this year too. It's ridiculous to see this Nationals team pound Houston, get to their bullpen, constantly score, take advantage of every opportunity. They're now up 2-0. How is Houston going to climb out of this? This is going to be a very, very interesting situation to see going forward. Starting Friday again. Friday we get Game 3. We get Greinke and Sanchez. Fascinated to watch there. It's going to be I hope this series gets better from an entertainment perspective, but I find it hard to see how Houston comes back. Is Smallwell coming back to MLB? Who knows? That'd be nice to see, but whatever. I don't know what to expect from baseball anymore. All right, I think that's it for you guys. Unless you guys have any final comments, I think that's it. I'll be back tomorrow breaking down either Bucks Rockets or Clippers Warriors. Maybe I'll do both. Still haven't figured out totally yet. But thank you guys again for watching. If you like what you see, click down there and subscribe for more. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do do. Whatever. I hate that song so much. Thank you, Nationals, for getting stuck in my head. It's the worst song in the history of mankind. It's only worse than the only song worse is Rockstar by Nickelback. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, click down there and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow for hopefully some more NBA games and maybe Redskins Vikings if there's time. And until then, take care. God bless. Congrats to the Nationals. They're up 2-0 here in the World